I am now calling the directions of the east, the rising sun, the south, the fire, the west, the water, the north, the earth, the below, Pachamama, the above, Pachatata, and the ethers. I call all these directions and our guides, guardians, allies, and benevolent light beings to be with us as we sit in community, as we sit here as a collective, to bring about healing, and especially to harness the energies of this full moon, blood moon in Aquarius with a total lunar eclipse. This is how the flow will be. I really would like each of us to have a journal or paper, something to write on, because it's going to be a working healing webinar. And when I say working, it's healing and play and fun, right? And make sure you're comfortable, make sure you have water. There's a lot of energy that's already being gathered, and that's going to be going through. Like, if you notice, like my butt, like I'm actually red because of so much energy. So really make sure you take care of yourself during the course of the webinar, and that you drink water. And, you know, if you feel like you want to lay down or anything, please take care of yourself, because there's a lot of energy. And why is there so much energy? The thing about eclipses is that it's like a magical portal that opens up, and what happens is a lot of the things we deal with usually either come to light or come to fruition or end, like our careers, relationships, projects, work. Things can really be shaken up with these energies. And so what we want to do is voluntarily work on our stuff. So that's why I wanted us to come here together. So the flow will be that, you know, we already called sacred space. We're in sacred space, and everybody's higher self is here. And this sacred space is for us that are present live, and also for anyone who will watch this ritual, you know, later, maybe the recording, maybe in a few months, the energies will still be there. You'll still be protected. I am putting everyone in a container of benevolent light energies, so everybody is safe. And the second part is we're going to do a cosmic check-in. I really love this. I was inspired by Beatrix Quintana, who's like a great moon goddess. And so I invite you guys to take your paper or pen, pencil, journal, because we're going to do a quick cosmic check-in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read a small, short statement, and then you're going to complete it. Just a few seconds. Don't think, don't use your brain. This is just so that we know where we are cosmically and energetically, okay? All right, so just take a moment to write a brief phrase. It's like an I statement. And what this does is it activates all parts of us. Because let's be honest, you know, sometimes we're aware of our emotions, but maybe not our spiritual parts, or maybe the body, and not like the energies. So when we do this in a systematic way, it helps us really bring everything online. Okay? So taking a deep inhale and exhale. Really allowing yourself to come here now at this moment. We're starting a cosmic check-in. So when I say something, I want you to complete that with a tiny statement, maybe a word, maybe a phrase. Okay? First one is, I know. What do you know right now? The second one is, I trust. What do you trust? What has never let you down? The third one is, I am. How are you right now? How do you feel? I manifest. What are you manifesting in your life, at work, at home? I communicate. Just a few words. I feel. How do you feel right now, this moment? And maybe if there's a space where you want to honor how you felt yesterday, or, maybe use that. It's okay. I feel. The next one is, I love. What do you love? Next, I heal. I love this one. So empowering. Next, I balance. It might be a wish. I wish to balance. I balance my time for me. That's an example. And the next one is, I transform. Just add a brief phrase. What do you transform? What do you wish to transform? It could also be that way. I understand. What do you understand? What has been brought to light for you? And the last one, I produce. So this was a cosmic check-in where we really went through all the spaces where we need to become aware. And these are also, you can correlate them to the houses of the zodiac, or, but we don't need to go there. This is something that helps us come here completely. I know, I trust, I am, I manifest, I communicate, I feel, I love, I heal, I balance, I transform, I understand, I produce. And if you feel called to share on the chat box, maybe something that was revealed to you that you were not aware of as we were doing this cosmic check-in, please do so. Please share that. I would really love that. So what I want to talk about now, as you share maybe, what statements came for you, I want to talk about this specific eclipse. This is the full moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius has to do with a lot of revolution, freedom, the collective. And so when I was meditating about really what is up for us, and reading, with other people who like to talk about the moon and the energies, it's like it's about the quest for the self versus the quest for the collective. Like, what kind of interactions do we have? And this is also an opportunity to really commit to an intention of realigning your life with your soul purpose, your life purpose, your mission, however you want to call that. This is the time to really stop and ask, are you living in alignment with your purpose? It doesn't mean you have to do big things. It just means, are you even aware? Right? So this is one of the big things here. And the other thing that I wanted to do, and this is important, is to dedicate this ritual for the masculine. We have a lot to do when it comes to the masculine, to healing the masculine. There is a new divine masculine rising, and the masculine needs our support and our love and our nurturance. And, you know, here in America, we have a president that, you know, does not allow us to put our heads in the sand. We really see how much the shadow of the masculine is present in our everyday life in America. So I want to dedicate this ritual for the new masculine and really call in the warrior, the alchemist, the lover, the magician, the father, the friend, the new masculine. We're calling that in. And really, as we do this ritual, as we continue, have in your intentions that we want to bring the shadow and release the shadow of anger, of aggression, of competition, of violence. And so that is my own intention for this ritual. And as we do that, also have an intention for yourself. I hope you already have one for this ritual. I'm just going to read a couple of. One person said, I produce healing nectar of love. I am trying every day. And then the balance. Wow, that I love it. I really love it. Healing nectar of love. We need love so much. So continuing about why, this eclipse is important. We talked about what it means. We talked about the Aquarian sign. We talked about the self versus the group and the collective. We talked about the revolution. I also want to bring a few myths that maybe one. It's the myth of the Aquarian goddess. So the goddess that is assigned to this Aquarian full moon, blood moon, is the Egyptian goddess Mat. And the Egyptian goddess Mat is the one that has the wings. And there is a myth that says that when we die, sorry to say that word, some people are very uncomfortable with that. But anyway, there's a myth that says that when we die, she comes and visits us, the goddess Mat, and brings an ostrich feather. And then she brings this feather to be weighed with your heart versus your heart. And if your heart was light and you really stayed into, your purpose, your love, the lightness of your heart, then you get to, ascend. And if, maybe you didn't really stay in your heart, then, and the ostrich is, like lighter than your heart, then you get to come back here on earth and start all over again and try it one more time. So either way, win-win. If we can do it, we have a chance to come back. So, have you done your intentions? Anyone wants to share? So Silver says, I heal daily by being aware. When we do the ultimate transformation is how I see. And this is beautiful. So continuing here, I'm sure there are also people posting on Facebook And this is so exciting. I'm so happy to have all of you here. So we're going to start sharing about every sign before we go into a meditation. I just wanted to make sure that everybody who is on this ritual kind of gets a core, a nugget idea of how to work with the energies of the eclipse. Because when you have a map, when you have a plan, or maybe ideas, it's a little easier. It's not nebulous, or you don't have to come up with stuff. Because this eclipse is really also about the wounds that I was talking about, the masculine, like what we do. So during our meditation, we're going to invocate the great mother energy for healing, for holding, for nurturing. Okay? And so continue to think about your intention, and I want everybody to be ready. I'm going to quickly go through what I gathered from, reading Chani Nicholas, Mystic Mama, Beatrix Quintana. Those are really top experts on astrologies and, what comes for every sign. So are you ready? So everybody, during this eclipse, what I want you to know is that it came up for every sign. Like, what are you ready to release? And what are you doing that can impact the collective, that can really bring long-lasting impact? And of course, I always value sovereignty. So everything that I say, pick what resonates for you and then see if you can meditate on that later, okay? So for the Aries, the first sign is like, for you at this time, it's about social purification. It's about your relationships and your emotion. And what you need to be aware of is your sometimes inability to be honest, or your inability to deal with anger. And the advice here is, watch your energy. Like, what drains you? Who drains you? What friendships really like make you go up, and what friendships don't fill you up, where you feel drained? Okay. And now for the Taurus out there, it's more about work for you. Like, what is being revealed in your work, like your professional life. And it's like, are you achieving your career goals, or have you just become like, everyday job where you're not thinking about your goals? And really notice, are there any conflicts in your work, and how are you dealing with them? And the other thing that's important for the Taurus is to notice how you deal with your fears. How are you working through your fears, and how are you still allowing yourself to continue working towards your goals? Are your fears stopping you, or are you able to continue with your intentions despite your fears? That's for the Aries. The Taurus. And now we are moving to the Gemini. So just take what resonates for you. Maybe this can give you an idea to work through these questions until the new moon, so you can really focus on the intentions, on your life, on your purpose. Okay? So for the Gemini, it's like, what ideas, what teachings, what creations are you putting right there that can bring long-lasting impact? Are you aware that you're able to do that? And also, it talks about your personal growth. For the Gemini, what new directions are you considering? Like, especially in light of the world events, like, how are you redirecting your life and what you need to do. Okay. And now for the Cancer. Cancers, this is going to be more about your collaborations. It's like, how are your most important collaborations working right now? And is there any difficulty? How are you working through those difficulties? Really important to see that. And something that was also important to notice is like your debts, financial debts, emotional debts. Do you have challenges with your investments? And maybe any difficulty to repay? And it doesn't only have to be money. So anywhere where, you have that. Now, how about the Leos? When I was reading everywhere and researching this, the Leos is about, your relationships. Like, what are your relationships teaching you about conflict? Like disagreements, changes. What are you learning? And who is teaching you the most about commitment? How do you show up when it comes to commitment? What are you learning? And something that it's important to notice is like, have you changed over the last year? Notice that. And for the Virgo, it's for you is about work projects. And all your projects, like, what are you completing right now? What's coming to completion? Are you getting any insights and, as far as your projects, like, what are you really learning? And also, what are you ready to release and move on? Really important. So I think that another thing that is really important for you, the Virgos, is really notice, like, what are you putting out there as far as project that is completely aligned with your passions and your energy. This alignment for you is huge. So really notice that. And all these things is so that you can notice and become aware and, maybe change course or, now moving on to the Libras. Like, okay, for you, it's, do you have any creative outlets that are healing? Like, what can you do that can bring healing? Are you able to channel your passions? And what are you learning about that? Something that, you can notice, and it's not for everyone. This is just if it resonates with you. Are you able to channel your rage in your creative projects? This is for the Libra. Really notice that. And, any spaces where you might have complications in your creative projects, so just kind of notice. And it's not just, creative projects. It's not like painting only. It's, anywhere that you express your creativity. So be aware. And for the Scorpio, for you, it's about family. It's like, what dynamics are you noticing in your family, and what dynamics are you really committing to healing? It's really important for you. And also your living situations. It's like, are you experiencing any conflicts in your living situations? Just kind of notice that. And what else? I think that's about it for you. And for the Sagittarius, the Sag, for you, it's about communications. Like, are you receiving a lot of insights and messages? Are you noticing that during this eclipse, maybe projects that you have, like writing projects, educational projects, like, are they coming to completion or to fruition? And also notice, because it's, the Sag can really be obsessed by the truth and seeking. So what is important about what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're receiving? And also, what can you really do right now to work with others? Okay. And the Capricorns, for you, it's about finances during this eclipse. It's like, what are you learning? But most importantly, what old ideas are you ready to release? What old beliefs when it comes to money? Really, really notice that. Like, what is helpful as far as money beliefs in your livelihood, in your living situations? And also notice in your working industry, what beliefs can you release that are not helpful for yourself, for the collective, for our society? Big. And for the Aquarius, I'm an Aquarian, and for us, it's really about our fears. This was a big, big eclipse for us. It's a full moon in Aquarius. So for the Aquarians, it's about, what are you learning to let go of? Really big, really big. And which of your defense mechanisms are you becoming aware of? Are you conscious that you have, defense mechanisms? And are you noticing the things that stop you from fully living your life experience, from expansion? And also, what are you learning about softening in the face of fears? How can you still go on even if you have fears? And for the Aquarian, this is huge. What can you commit to healing with a specific action, not just like an idea? Like, what can you actually do to heal yourself? It could be a small thing, like I'll walk outside under the sun every day for 5 minutes. Like, it doesn't have to be something huge. And this is also big for us. What are you being recognized for or celebrated for? You need to notice that. And now for the Pisces, this is also a big eclipse for you because it's gonna help you notice, like, what self-sabotaging behaviors do you have? Are you able to notice them? This is important because self-sabotaging is like one of the ways that we kill ourselves. We let ourselves down and we have no power over it. I mean, we can change that. I work with people with that. But when you don't know, it's really can be intense. So also for the Pisces, what are you learning about expressing your anger? How are you expressing your anger in a constructive way? And also, you might have had projects behind the scenes that maybe you've been working on. And so this is a time to notice, like, which ones of those projects are maybe ripe to bring out, or which ones of those projects are very, very challenging, and maybe is it time to let them go. So that was a quick round of what people can expect or release or become aware of with their signs. So now that we've done all that, I had more comments. Somebody's saying that her fears are coming up. Yeah, it was really big. And Beth says, I release all grudges. Huge. Because when we have grudges, they just weigh down our energy fields. So I invite everybody to get ready. We're going to go into meditation I'm going to use a grandmother bowl. This is a crystal alchemy bowl, and very powerful. Okay, so get comfortable. We're going to start that. And so I'm just looking at my notes here to make sure that I did not forget everything I wanted to tell you guys that are prepared for you. And yeah, We have everything. So I'm going to start burning our anointment. So our anointing today is with rose petals. During the meditation, I'm going to be burning rose petals for us to bring the energy of love, the energy of nurturance, the energy of beauty. So it's going to be burning. Take a deep inhale and pretend or imagine or feel that you can smell these roses. So this is going to be going on. And right. Gently closing your eyes, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, allowing everything that is not important at this time to be released as you exhale. So inhaling through your nose, exhaling through the mouth, releasing. Allowing your whole energy field to be illuminated. Allowing your whole self to come here now in this space. In this healing space where we are dedicating our intentions for ourselves and the masculine, calling in the new masculine, the lover, the father, the alchemist, the magician, the king, the priest. I invite you to feel your whole body sinking into the chair or the bed or the mat or the floor, wherever you are, really feeling your whole energy becoming present. And now I call in the golden light of illumination, of healing, of empowerment to come down to all our energy fields, from the higher chakras above your head, coming down to your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your navel chakra, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, going all the way down to below your feet and all around your energy field. So you are enveloped in a bubble of golden light, of love, empowerment. Now I invite you to bring to mind your intention for today. What are you ready to release? Who Who are you choosing to be right now? What promises are you making to yourself? As you let those words wash over you, I'm going to call in healing energies from the core of the earth, calling in spiraling red, orange, warm energies from the core of Mama Gaia, coming up, up through your feet, feeling yourself embraced by the energies of the earth, red, orange, rich, beautiful. Going up your legs to your root chakra. Feel your root chakra being refreshed, becoming red. You can pretend or imagine, but know that your root is being refreshed with these beautiful, rich energies from the earth, spiraling up through your whole energy field, your spinal column, your sushumna, going up, all the way out, and falling out like a rain shower all around you. Feel how supported, nurtured these energies really help. They're here for us. You don't have to do anything. You just have to intend that you would like to receive them, and it will be so. And now I'm calling the energy of the Great Mother, the Cosmic Mother. I call on the Goddess Isis. I call on the Goddess Hathor, Mat, Sekhmet. I call on Kuan Yin, the Goddess of compassion and unconditional love, to come now and bring us healing and bring us salve for our wounds, our fears, our doubts, our shortcomings, our blindness. Feel those energies coming down and enveloping you and rocking you. Maybe allow your body to rock a little bit as you receive this balm, energetic balm and salve and soothing. Just allowing your body to rock from left to right, gently. I now call on the energy of white Tara to help us release, express our anger, our shame, our shame, our shame. Really bring the shame that you have. I feel a lot of us here on this call with a lot of shame. Bring it up. Allow it to be released in love. Our guilt, our inability to express. Allow your emotions to come through. If you want to cry, let your tears flow. This is a time to release. This is a time to release. While you supported, while you held the nurturing energies from the earth and the cosmic great mother. The energies from the womb of creation are here to support you. Feel the love. Feel the love. I am now going to chant Kuan Yin's mantra of compassion and unconditional love. Om Mani Padme Hum. Allow the vibration of those words, those syllables, to penetrate your whole being and allow yourself to receive this powerful healing. The energies of the whole cosmos, the energies of this longest eclipse of the 21st century. This hasn't happened since 1931. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Feel this loving energy, the compassion, the unconditional love. It doesn't matter how bad you think you are or you've been. It doesn't matter whatever you think you have done, or it doesn't matter any shortcomings you think you might have. This is your time to release. Release all that into the loving hands of Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion and unconditional love. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Inhaling through your nose and out through your mouth. At this time, I invite you to make a commitment to take one action for yourself. that you know will bring you closer to your healing or your life purpose or your intention. Allow it to come. This is the time to allow your heart to inform your brain. Start allowing your breaths to come fuller and more regularly as you start bringing yourself back to your screen, to the space where you are. Taking another inhale. Releasing with sound. Allowing your energy to come back to your present moment. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. And coming back here, now. Aho, everyone, good job. Wow. Taking a moment, a few seconds to rest and really absorb the powerful high energies that were present on this journey. Wow. Well done. Good job. Wow. Reen says, thank you so much for this, Marie. I would love to hear, if you are in a space to do so, your experience. Did you feel these energies? It was so powerful, and there was such healing available to all of us, and such unconditional love. Maybe share what you committed to for yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Rin says she felt a bathe in lovely light of healing, and oh, Silver felt moonbeams cursing her body, and oh wow. And somebody felt a big hug from a golden light. I am so grateful for all of you, and I'm actually getting a little emotional because I haven't done any full moon ritual in a long time, and so my guides are like, so I will be offering these. You know, this is one of my gifts, that I can channel energy. So I am being called to do these rituals. I'm gonna be sharing self-love, sealed in love webinars. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do them yet. And also I am going to be sharing what I call divine wealth awakenings. And it's about really how to get out of the matrix of, you know, where we have lost our way, lost our freedom, the spaces where we're not feeling fulfilled. And I'm going to be starting that soon. And I'm going to be doing that maybe every 2 weeks. I don't have yet, but I will be offering those, and I hope that you come. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And oh my goodness, thank you so much. Reen says it resonates deeply with her. So I'll send you emails. I'm going to be also posting that on Facebook, but yeah, I'm being called, and I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes. And I'm so grateful for you, and hope that I see all of you soon. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, I want to read this from Ellie. She says, I take my foot out of the real world and step fully into my power. And she says, thank you for this beautiful experience. And oh, wow. Yes, I'm saying yes. And so that's why I kind of had tears, because, I allowed my busyness to stop me from sharing, and I'm not going to do that anymore. So if you're willing to show up like you did today, I'm willing to show up. And tell your friends, bring people. This is really our time to heal the collective and ourselves, and really get to the next step. A lot of us here are light leaders, we visionaries, we creatives, we have gifts for the world, and it's time, starting with myself, to bring them out. So I love you all. I love you. And there will be a replay. Go on Facebook, post your comments, and let everybody know that this is something that will be happening. So I love you. Thank you for coming. Have a great day. Post your comments, come back. I love you. Bye, everyone.